Yeah, I moved to Minnesota a couple years back. I moved to Minnesota in the dead of winter for the same reason anyone moves to that part of the country in January. Involuntary drug rehab. Like, all my friends back here, they all knew that I had a drinking problem, right? But I got an email from a friend of mine asking me to be in a beer pong tournament with him. And that's messed up, right? Because alcoholism's a disease. Like, I don't ask grandma to play memory. Right? You guys seem like a nice audience. You guys wouldn't ask Michael J. Fox to play Jenga, would you? Yeah. I didn't really take. I kept drinking when I was out there. I got sent to detox. You guys ever? Anybody? Show of hands who's been to detox. All right. Well, if you haven't, imagine like an orphanage without the compassion. That's roughly what you're looking at. I woke up in a windowless room one day. I didn't even know what day it was. That's how long I'd been drinking. And there's these big booming noises coming from outside. I'm like, what the hell is going on out there? Are we under attack? And this guy goes, no, you idiot. It's the 4th of July. Those are fireworks. I guess some of you don't realize how sad that is, that I woke up in a locked facility on Independence Day. Like the Founding Fathers fought for my freedom on the 4th, and I gave it back with a 5th on the 3rd. Not good. So I ended up, that was a state-funded detox. I've realized since there are different, like this last one that I went to in February is more like your parents have money, so we hope you get better kind of detox. Like a lot of like froofy sayings on the wall. There's the one, like I was in a haze then just as much, and I went to the bathroom. I come out of the bathroom, there's this big poster, and it said, there are no coincidences. But I read it as, there are no consequences. Which is not what I should have read that as at that moment, especially. I had to take a drug test. I'd never taken one before, but they wanted me to piss in a cup. I didn't need to go at the time the nurse asked me. So I was like, yeah, I don't need. She was like, just sit down there and let me know when you have to go. And then like 10 minutes later, I was going through alcohol withdrawal, so I started feeling nauseous. And I was like, hey, can you tell me where the bathroom is? And she goes, yeah, let me grab the cup. I was like, well, actually, I don't need the cup. I'm nauseous. And she goes, oh, you're nauseous. We can give you a pill for that. I was like, sure, pill, bathroom, whatever. Let's move it along. And she goes, can you rate your nausea for me from 1 to 7? I was like, I can tell you that I thought that nausea was a binary state. I thought that I either was or was not nauseous. I'm going to throw up. 6? Is that a 6? I'm not currently throwing up. I assume that would be a 7. By the way, can we hurry this along before I 7 up all over you? Who would rate their nausea as a 1? Is that like for when you see like an ugly person walking down the street? Like, I'm at a level 1 of nausea right now. Not enough to take a pill, but nauseous nonetheless. Oh. I've been in a lot of facilities like that. I lived in a halfway house for a little while in Minnesota. That was an interesting one. You had to be out of the house from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I got caught sneaking back in to take a nap, because that's how I do. And I got called into like the president or the principal's office or whatever. And she's like, what's the deal, John? You want to just keep drinking? And I was like, kinda. Have you tried it? It's a lot of fun. And she goes, your counselor tells me that you want to be a stand-up comedian. I was like, yeah, that's right. She goes, you'll never be a stand-up comedian with a drinking and drug problem. And if you don't get that joke, welcome to your first comedy show. There are going to be some themes that emerge. I actually, like, looking back on it now, like, I feel bad for that lady. You know, that was, like, the very last thing they taught them in rehab school. Like, at the very end, like if you're not getting through to them at all, just tell them that their hopes and dreams have no chance of coming true. And she just took that logic train right into the ghost of John Belushi and Richard Pryor. Not work out for her. So, spoiler alert, I went back to drinking for a little while. I got sober for like 2 years. I learned how to do comedy, went out on the road and started doing comedy. And I immediately started drinking. As soon as I got back out on the road, I was like, time to party. And the only problem with that was that half of my act when I went back on the road was all about how I didn't drink. So I would do the act about how I didn't drink, and I would get off stage and I would get shit-faced at the bar. Nobody ever seemed to mind. And until I was in Madison, Wisconsin one time, and this waitress came up to me after the show, and she goes, what's the deal? You were just talking about how you don't drink on stage. You're drinking a beer right now. And I used to have a problem with cocaine, which is not true. I've never done cocaine in my entire life. But I told someone that I had a problem with cocaine, so they'd be okay with me drinking beer. That's pretty fucked up. That's like going to court and be like, no, Your Honor, I could not have been speeding. I was murdering my grandmother at that exact moment. Couldn't have happened.